George sat himself down at the table in the kitchen. He was shaking a little. Oh, how he hated Grandma. He really hated that horrid old witchy woman. And all of a sudden, he had a tremendous urge to do something about her. Something whooping. Something absolutely terrific. A real shocker. A sort of explosion. He wanted to blow away the witchy smell that hung about her in the next room. He may have been only 8 years old, but he was a brave little boy. He was ready to take this old woman on. I'm not going to be frightened of her, he said softly to himself. But he was frightened, and that's why he wanted to suddenly explode her away. Well, not quite away, but he did want to shake the old woman up a bit. Very well then, what should it be? This whooping terrific exploding shocker for Grandma. He would have liked to put a firework banger under her chair, but he didn't have one. He would have liked to put a long green snake down the back of her dress, but he didn't have a long green snake.
Suddenly, Preston was walking home from school one day when suddenly Preston remembered his mum had asked him to go to the shops. Preston was doing the shopping when suddenly he dashed out of the shop. He remembered he had left his shopping money in his school desk. Preston collected the money from his desk and was coming out of school when suddenly Preston decided to use the back door. On his way back to the shop, Preston stopped at the park and he had a little play. But suddenly, Billy the Bully shoved past him and he went down the slide. Preston climbed down from the slide and went to do the shopping. He was just coming out of the shop when suddenly, Mr. Plimp, the shopkeeper, called Preston back to say, "You've forgotten your change." At last, Preston arrived home. "Mum," he said, "I have the strangest feeling that someone has been following me suddenly." Preston's mum turned around and gave him an enormous cuddle.
On Sunday morning, Uncle Vernon sat down at the breakfast table looking tired and rather ill, but happy. No post on Sundays, he reminded them happily as he spread marmalade on his newspapers. No damn letters today. Something came whizzing down the kitchen chimney as he spoke and caught him sharply on the back of the head. Next moment, 30 or 40 letters came pelting out of the fireplace like bullets. The Dursleys ducked, but Harry leapt into the air trying to catch one. Uncle Vernon seized Harry around the waist and threw him into the hall. When Aunt Petunia and Dudley had run out with their arms over their faces, Uncle Vernon slammed the door shut. They could hear the letters still streaming into the room, bouncing off the walls and floor.